Welcome, friends, to the channel Classy Frugality. My name is Tanya, and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. And today we have Prentice joining us also. We thought we would just get together and talk a little bit about some of the old-fashioned things and frugal household items that you will wish that you had if there's something going on like a power outage or an internet outage. Anything could happen. So, or maybe you're just wanting to cut down and try to unplug a little bit from the world and try to use these things. And we've actually made a little bit of a list, and we've gathered up a few things from our own house that we use in situations like this, or just when we get the notion and we want to. So, what's the first thing here, Prentice? What's that?
Paper maps.
All right. So paper maps. I can remember a time when we didn't have GPS or we didn't have cell phones, and I can actually remember using maps to find my way around and drive. And I'm sure you've done the same thing many occasions.
Many occasions, especially in the military.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
We had to use a compass and learn how to get around that way.
And I wonder how many people actually know how to use a compass or even a map for that matter these days.
Well, I was getting ready to say they don't even teach them to ride anymore in school, so who knows?
Well, so definitely having a map, even as a backup, even if you have internet still, there's sometimes, especially where we live here in southern Kentucky, there are hills and valleys and hollers, if you will. Sometimes phone service goes out and you don't know where in the world you are, and so you just keep driving and hope for the best. Wouldn't you like to have a backup that you could just pull over, open the glove box, and pull that map out? So see if you can find one. They still sell them. All right, what's next?
Music CD.
Yes. So I didn't actually go out to the car and get any of my CDs, but I still have a CD player in my car, and I actually listen to CDs. We've shown you on other videos some of the CDs that I've purchased actually at our local library. They have a nice basement and they have sales in the basement. I find all kinds of good musical CDs. I like to get classical music. I like a variety of different kinds of music, but sometimes you just might want a little bit of nostalgia. Or what if the electricity goes out? You need to have a backup radio to play music, to entertain yourself, or to listen for emergency broadcasts. Side note, we should keep batteries too. In fact, we probably
I just got some today.
Cool. This is why I have him. He keeps us stocked up and prepared. All right. What's next?
The next thing is alarm clock.
Alarm clock. Oh, do we skip DVDs?
Oh,
DVDs. Well, which is really,
same thing.
Same thing.
Same but different.
But I actually have a DVD player. I don't have the player here. I have the DVD, The Lucy Show. And who doesn't love The Lucy Show? This is one that actually he just got me for Mother's Day. But we have a whole collection of DVDs, and we still have DVD players. We enjoy watching things sometimes. One of my favorite series is The Sopranos. I have the whole collection, and I like to just every now and then go back through that and watch that because I find it to be fun. You never know when you might want to just say, I'm not paying this TV bill anymore. I'm not paying this internet bill anymore. You might just want to take a break from that, maybe to catch up on your finances, your budget, because just our internet bill alone is around $100 now. And I think that's expensive. It's certainly not as expensive as it used to be when we had cable and internet. It had gotten to $240, and we just finally said no more. We're not doing that anymore. But, you know, you never know when you might decide to just be done with it all. If you already have a DVD player and DVDs, then you'll be able to watch it for free. All right, now our alarm clock.
To go along with that, a weather radio.
Yes, which you just got recently.
Yep. But that don't depend upon the internet or anything like that. And if you're like us and don't have cable, you got to be able to get the emergency information for storms and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, especially if for some reason phone service is out, you know, it's a storm. It happens. So, yes, and definitely the alarm clock, which you also have one of those. I think, does that weather radio function as both?
Yep, it is on the weather radio.
Well, that's good. And it takes batteries too.
Batteries and plug-in. Yep.
Yes. So you don't have to be dependent if you have a power outage. You could get your emergency weather information, you know, and have an alarm clock if you need to get up and be ready and not depend on the electric. All right.
Magazines, newspapers, and books.
Yes. We recently acquired the motherload of books, thanks to Prentice. He's always sort of scouting around, and I call him my pack rat. He's always bringing things home, but they I always end up enjoying it. In fact, if you watch the channel regularly, you probably saw all those books. I went through a whole bunch of them. But we're trying to build up our little library in there, and we've got a couple bookcases that are pretty well full by now. So it will take us, yes, it'll be a long time before we're able to go through all those.
And surprisingly, most of the ones we just got are all real big novels, well-known novels.
Yeah, and there's some beautiful ones in there too, with just
Tom Sawyer,
pretty pictures, yeah, classics. So, you know, that's just another way to unplug from the internet, unplug from the TV. Just turn all that stuff off one evening, brew you up a nice cup of coffee, open up a good book, and relax. All right.
Speaking of books, cookbooks.
Yes, cookbooks. And I have here a cookbook that we use often, and this was
It's my grandmother's family's cookbook.
Yes. And you've had this for many, many years. Matter of fact, you can see the yellowing on the cookbook, and you can see it's been through some stuff over the years. There's probably some stains on it. We actually use this.
When they put it together, they had went around and asked each person in the family to contribute a recipe that they like or that they make.
Yeah.
It was made in 1992, I believe. I was serving overseas at the time.
It's really cool. And there's all kinds of neat family pictures in this particular cookbook. So, you know, this is not just a cookbook for times that you can't get on the internet and Google search a recipe, but this is also a sentimental piece for us. And we'll keep this and we'll enjoy that for years to come, and maybe pass it down if anybody's interested.
The next thing is manual kitchen items.
Yeah, and
the powers off.
This could be all kinds of stuff. And I've got all kinds of little hand tools in here, but this right here is the first thing that comes to mind. And this is not old. I think this was $1, but this is something that
Comes in handy.
Oh yes, if the power goes out, or you're in some situation where you don't have
Or your husband gets up in the middle of the night, wants something,
and
you
wants
don't
to
wanna
be
wake you up.
quiet, yeah, there you go. See, and it's just no power required. Right.
Next thing is busy bag.
Yes, I have my busy bag here. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And I actually copied this idea from Emmy over at the channel Frugal Money Saver. I just thought it was a neat idea. So just any bag. I have a tote bag in there.
I got one.
And it's just like it says, it's stuff to keep you busy. What do I have in here in this busy bag? I have some yarn. Of course, my crochet needle. I have a pen. I have a little journal that my niece got me this the other day. So I can just sit down and jot down things when I want to. Got a couple of books. These are some of the books we were talking about. I have my little devotional. And these are free, by the way, from In Touch Ministries. Prentice and I both get one of these each month from In Touch Ministries. And I can leave a link down in the description box below to tell you how to get your own. Absolutely free. It'll come right to your mailbox. Just a bookmark. Got a calendar in here with some things. Every now and then we go through and just try to organize ourselves. I've actually got some of your medical appointments I need to get put on the calendar, so I need to get busy in this busy bag, don't I? So he'd got me some craft items, so I've stuck some of them down in the busy bag because that might be something if I'm just sitting around that I want to work on. Just a few little things here, but it's really nothing formal, just something to quickly grab. Maybe you might even want to take that. Let's say you have a day with doctor's appointments and you know you're going to have to sit and wait. You might want to just have that all ready to go and just grab that. Or if you're going camping or a long road trip, just have that busy bag ready. But definitely have it ready to use at home in case the power does go out. Think of the nice evening you could have with your family, just lighting a candle and just sitting around and being together and you know, crocheting something or reading by candlelight. Again, having some coffee. But those are just some of the ideas that we had, and I hope that you can make some of these ideas of good use to you. Now, earlier today, I shot some footage of our garden. You'll see the footage here in a minute. A lot of the things are already doing well in the garden. Some of the things not just yet, but we are hopeful. So enjoy these next scenes of our garden, and we'll see you soon. Cucumber, 3 of them coming up in this hill, and I got 4 more hills of those. And here is cantaloupe. I don't think I put the particular variety, but that's what it is. 4 hills of those also. And here are the summer squash, and they seem to be the biggest plant. Uh-oh. I think I've had a bunny rabbit eating on that. But they seem to be the biggest out of everything that I've planted in the hills thus far. So anyway, I'm gonna have to put some of my rabbit fence up. And here's one of my zucchini, and you can clearly see Mr. Peter Cottontail has been that way too. Pull that rock out of the way. Yeah, he's been eating at my expense. Now, I do think he's cute, but he can eat other stuff. There's plenty of free stuff in the yard that I didn't plant that he could have. But these zucchini plants are looking good anyway. And I got to do some more hoeing. Looks like they've come up in every hill that I have planted of the zucchini too. Butternut squash, and you can clearly see that my hill is a hill of weeds too. So I've got to do something to get that under control. Because I love butternut squash. I definitely want these to come up, but it's looking healthy. And why can't the bunny rabbit eat some of these over here? They're free and I don't want those. And I now have some beautiful tomato plants, courtesy of my friend Mike at church, and thank you to Amanda for letting your dad know. I hope I can do him proud with these tomatoes. I have 4 of these. These are called creme tomato plants. I'm sorry, I keep getting my fingers in the shot. But anyway, I have 4 of these, and as you can see, I need to do some more hoeing here too and get rid of some more of these weeds. And I'll definitely have to put up that rabbit fence so that they don't get these tomatoes. Saw a couple of, I don't know what you call them, grub worms. They're in here too, so I'm gonna have to watch them too. And these are some more tomatoes from Mike. These are a variety called Indiana Red. He did tell me these are a little bit more finicky. They're a little bit more difficult to grow. But I am gonna put these in their own pot. And I'm gonna put them right out in my front yard, right in front of the garage. I have a pot on each side of the garage, and so that's where these are gonna go. Maybe I can keep a more close eye on these. So stay tuned for that. All right, here's an Indiana Red. And there, it had some good soil in this pot too. Already it had pot and soil in there. So that's where I put that one. And here is the other one. Say hi, Leonard. Say hi. Oh, he's so tired. But I hope these do well. Now, I decided to put the other one, I had 3 of them. I went ahead and put it in with the succulents. So I hope they're friends. I hope they like each other. I hope they get along. But that was really good dirt in there too. You can see that's potting soil too. So we'll see how it goes. Well, it's really hot outside, so I had to come in the house and take a little break from doing what I was doing. I really need to hoe some more weeds. I need to get that orange mesh fence up to keep those bunny rabbits out of my garden. They're cute and everything, but I'd prefer they go eat somebody else's buffet. I didn't show you my corn because it has not come up yet. And here's what I think has happened. So everything that I planted in a hill and could drain well has come up. The corn obviously was planted in rows. It was on flat, level ground and everything. And we got a whole lot of rain. We have received a lot of rain in a couple days. It was just torrential, and it just pooled in the garden. It just pooled in those rows. And so I don't know if it just buried the corn even deeper than what it was, and now it's just having a hard time coming up or what. But I won't lose hope yet, because I mean, it's only been a couple weeks at this point, and the way this weather's been, it's just not been conducive to seeds coming up. But you know, with the hills, you know, the water could drain downward, and that's why my cucumbers, all my different types of squash, and my cantaloupe are all coming up. So wish me luck. Pray for my garden if you do that. And try to think of something to plant yourself. Oh, one cool bit of frugal information that I want to pass along. Mike that gave me the tomato plants, his daughter Amanda was telling me that he grows all of his plants from his own seed that he saves year after year. Now, if that's not frugal, I don't know what is. I just think that's awesome, and that gives me something else to strive towards. So thank you, Amanda, for that tip, and thank you, Mike, again for the plants. But if you have enjoyed this video, if you would just give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel Classy Frugality, hit that subscribe button down in the corner. I would love to have you. Until I see you the next time, I hope you have a blessed day.